When I was growing up, my mother would always tell us boys before we went trick-or-treating to be careful and to watch out for the Whitmire Ghoul. The story of that ghoul was part of a local Pensacola legend from back in the 1950s. You see, the Whitmire Ghoul became a proverbial boogeyman for us kids. My mom was actually a little girl in Pensacola back then and would later tell us about the ghoul to scare us into behaving. Years later, I decided to write a research paper of the Whitmire Ghoul and was fortunate enough to get a copy of the criminal case file from the sheriff's office. The research was extremely disturbing and gave me nightmares. I wrote the paper and presented it, but was very glad it was over. I knew it would make a perfect story for a graphic horror novel, so I filed it away for later use and forgot about it. After publishing a few books, I started to become more aware of screenplays, and now I want to make a movie. I knew I'd have to write the script, direct, and film it, so I had to rack my brain for something I could not only write about, but would be feasible to find set locations and also a way and means to do it within a micro budget. The Whitmire Ghoul story was a perfect fit. I've written a screenplay that incorporates the story of the Whitmire Ghoul to create a creepy-ass movie. I will film with a point of view from a character's phone in each of the scenes and weave them all in chronological order to create a storyline. This will allow me to take advantage of image and thought association techniques and will allow me to create a low-budget movie through cell phone video footage. The locations will be 3 cemeteries: a person's house, backyard, Waffle House, person's bedroom, and character's car. The script I've written is a contemporary story about a group of friends in Pensacola, mostly college age, that become interested in discovering the identity of the Whitmire Ghoul. So they end up using a Ouija board and it actually works. However, the characters slowly start to become possessed throughout the movie. First there's Francis, and then later on you find out it's someone you would never expect. There are acts of witchcraft and voodoo in some of the scenes, and one extreme violent scene that will be mainly implied with audio. I don't want to see anything graphic and would prefer to leave it to the audience's imagination anyway. That's way worse and a lot cheaper. I've created a thriller with comedy, suspense, terror, betrayals, twists, and a shocker. There are only 5 main characters, 2 unseen characters, and 1 is a spirit possession. If the movie can adhere to the Academy established representation and inclusion standards for Oscars eligibility, the movie will have a better chance at getting attention. And if they want to show us the answers to the test, so be it. I have absolutely no problem using minorities across the board. It makes no difference to me if the characters are LGBTQ+, ethnic, or have disabilities. I've scouted the cemetery and have discovered more strange phenomena, which I've woven into the fabric of the movie script. I will give a copy of all the files to the Special Collections Department at the John C. Pace Library so others can continue the research. This will help confirm to the public that it truly is based on a real historic event in Pensacola, Florida. I have a musician working on the creepy piano music and sound effects, but will need a few props for the climax scene in the end. I hope to recreate the sensationalism that the Blair Witch Project received. Unlike that movie's history, it's an actual real story with a very creepy villain that not only existed, but was never identified. And the craziest part is that this villain is particularly unique and quite original. You see, that's because he was a neck pedable. That's a necrophiliac pedophile cannibal. The subject is so disturbing, it will creep out anyone that watches the movie, which is the whole point of a horror flick. I hope to enter the movie at the Sundance and Cannes film festivals and others that will allow the film. I don't want to wait around anymore for the world to read my stories. I need to show the world by creating a movie. So, here is what I can afford and what I'm creating. I also have a rock opera in the hopper, and that would make a great musical, but for now, terror and fear must suffice to kick off this journey of creativity and delight. So welcome to the world of Whitmire Ghoul. Buckle up and get ready for a scary ride. There be ghouls in these hinterlands.